Time to table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion. Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Bloggers Forum. I am Benefo Boabin Abrantipa. Thanks for joining us. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. Today on the show, we are looking at Sarkodie's interview with UK-based DJ Samtex. Now, Sarkodie was on the show and he made some comments. Well, he says that when he was coming up, mainstream media was not ready to play his record. And even at the time, it was High Life, that was dominating. Some say he's distorting history. Some also say it's a fact. But, well, those who are saying it's a fact, there's also been banters from people who say facts are sacred and then opinions or views are free. And so they think Sarkodie is just sharing his view and that he's not, saying what actually the fact is. Let me welcome on the show Nana Radio is with oneplayafrica.com. Nana, akwaba.
Mejusinunia.
Bibia fine.
Namia
boy fe. Fatao.
Namia boy.
Yasin kofu ye bibia no mode niam tuntum kata omani. Why bibia na?
Oh, any bibia sa me was sign or something me use we do na mama ni na read. In fact all bas oil.
Okay.
And the point I'm session.
Yeah, say. Nene looks suspicious.
So, never know yellow. And now no who's there.
I said, never been a well, Nene B is a columnist. Nene, be fine.
Biaboko.
Nice one.
I quite no excuse for his eyes being red. Is what I'm surprised about.
You are still not convinced.
I'm not convinced
that he has put something on the eyes.
Yeah, because I know today is a busy day for him, so I'm sure he put something on his eyes so that he will have some energy.
There's nothing in my eyes. It's just
okay.
A normal medicine. I can just give you something here. So
no, I can't inhale.
Our Bruni is on standby with Nkomo.
I sound so a baby. Nay, no be bojemisuno, so I'm a bonnet and saying the concern the A1. Let me say package now, baby. What concern Ben, who by a dress so handsome say, and some near being count, ye being film, yes, Samsung high, and into now what change so. I'm a brony, come back cost entertainment industry, and I'm a born and rather soon to the woman and check, I ain't try home, nay, for the conversation. And a born ransom in my woman say October, you busumi in a breast cancer awareness a month. You say meow chrome has say, we are safe and then I'm Mukoye screen and I'm just say, Munufu breast cancer be woman, no one who no one son on them. And also October 13, a no brad day, any beshe. Cause social media pay ni beshe. Sisters see word just say, wash our tire won't send you say no piwika kana say pay kakana, boys beshe. Or peshe bin mushe when you saw, but it didn't know I am more much mamma who be no enough from Congo. But the wire bonina, Cassia, ye can say, a mere wokroman, breast cancer, to me, I am merriment. Munkoye screening, and I want to say, be a baby shaman, no one tem no one son, because breast cancer neck our sister, now come. And as old when you bedria chrome has and I will say be a new to Nibia bow our hit songs and they will release it back to back. I will say be a now modern and then modern Bobby and as our fan base be only as an enter sow. A year or confu, I will put something same beer to Joe Chilima. Yes, I'm a top singers and celebrities now moon see one femme, must say one year hitting. Or say moon be. I want boarding, but Kokubun some chema, won't be ban announced to say 1 yen and 1 or 2, and then Yankuma de Kakran fan frame munat say 1 frame Kakana bear Umbenya his sons. Since Onya, Kokubun some no so, say do higher musicians are celebrating war ban announced. So on fuck a crank come boom, I wow in malam nania, hey, confully a deep what. Men can't be baby, but Ochima, Muban Hossi, on Yan and baby Maw, no one you nay hater. Send me I saw the case, say Yampo, say Yampo, Kokubun Sam, and AC. Say the first step in some semicogua, a year about doing any betchere Ghana Chrome has says, and Comel Cosuye, a year LGBTQ, just a warrior, just a plus. And one common a year, the woman say Chrome had illegal, and so only or Bian or Biacoda, or Berman or Berma Codanina was a Chrome had a worrying jankas and yada obey. Now, commodity acquire baby, when a year actor, I Prince David or said, no, too much man, Yakupon. ono ankasa ne nyansem obo Adam and Eve one bo Steve nti saa de na mo bana mo so mo pese osem mo ho kwan na oberema ne oberema eware obia na oberema tenase no wo se Ghana ha de yere mfoaso nti mo ko outside na se mo na mo be yes homosexual and sa gay lesbian and ye fine ba krom ha de mo ntumi force fan chechire yen se ye oje ma saa na enye miracle enye magical so bi be ka se wo yo oberema na vero be se wo ye hu se wo ye obia wo saa de bi entwa na yi nsem ya na ye won se ye Nigeria ni actor Jim Aiko krom ha an movie bia wa ye no premiere se o de nya kwakoche eye Kumase honum no na o premiere ni movie no na okwa Ajinka FM na ze nkomotwitwi ma na ochi mo se ase Christopher mu ye nya atwom dodo yakopon no boni wi as no so boma ze a wa abonefo ne eyi sinners an it is obi no so ye homosexual ye gay or ye lesbian na lesbian no ye ne enkan wuska wuje wadwuma wonte wo so wadwan wudi se ni gay or lesbian or ye emfa wo ho and Bobo say o hon tade na ye Christopher mu fa ne personal say and na den mo mpene so o se tade ne ye nya atwom yakopon na nka so bo ni wi as mo ma ne judge na nyem na mba be judge nsem de obi ade na anu atum bi na ye KOD onu nso chema eyi wo se Superman say de o ye bisexual cartoons am fresh kakra wo di jenwani afa de mu de ade be say o se mo be say mo de frafra impefo na mo de aye fine o se onu ne time e wo ho wo so ne wo hwe cartoon all right but wo ho no impefo ade a wo ye ba fa de mo fra fa de mo se mo ya na mo sai mo fra na fe de wo be dream ho akase wo bia ye normal so no de bi sa Superman na wo so ye bisexual fan hin kosin wo se sa de mumbongu kra nkomo adusu de wonim se krom ha se wo de wani kire ha kasa ya nkwafoka nkomo eni na mframa mo chema ye gospel musician se wan wo ye secular music o je se movie music je se ni nyina unity nim ai wo se mundo do mo ho but eyi bia ye Shatawale dancehall musician Shatawale aye na nkofo so we de a kire se wo odo ankasa eye medical rapper medical which mo also ye ni godson eye medical aye fresh Shatawale se ni godfather ai ya wo ha yo se Shatawale wa che so ye tattoo bi nti yeso we na ye Shatawale ye betwe na wa cho ye fi se SM for life ibia Shatambe wa tattoo yi me ye hwa MDK wa cho medical din atare no ho de se ye na wo pepa ni bi no we inki ankasa no se say ye feel say on eye medical mo ayon kofa na ye femfem say na enye femfem wa be hu Shatawale to me wo ho na medical to scale gu no so medical to me wo stage performance na Shatawale so to scale gu no so but say na wa ye de wan wa kire odo medical so appreciate so eye na ni je say Shatawale so tattoo ni din abo no ho na wa twa na eja eye Ghana Music Awards UK mo de begui anti wan ya awards ni wa winning unia uko GhanaWeb.com abenya list ni big entertainment section won hu a wo winning awards ni na eye Miss Bell ai hu se ono de enye na mafu ibio then times Miss Bell wo che mo performance bi o ye ya nkasa awo so obeka se sister dey bia mo time na etwem ba jajaja or wan wo ho no chema o na ye fe na hu se that say jacket yellow b o Miss Bell wo chema no ni old songs no perform ma ye fe nti wo de nya video ni bia na wa pe bia hwe no hu eye Miss Bell performance na nkasa we rate no na wonu se de bia ya that story entertainment industry me ye tinsem na ye Elsie Lama Ghana web reporter back no on eye Agle de sia nyuntuni eye visually impaired lady ase neni hu won sem kakra na on ne koye interview bi wo talk entertainment no den sem bia to don say Agle de sia ye hu no eye bra ye dop nature na ye twins I for na first no wo link entertainment na fe de wo ja ye de enim na ye course but they say wo feelings entertainment but ye hu so as one ade one na wo promoting kakra or the two singles crowd be two dra na ye na ye nhyada hu say ye hu won wo sin ni biom na eja LC bisa ye adle so na na ekoso no eye dope nation mo ntempted no so one day boni bi eni but eye okay but in some day we Adelaide editor dwane say eye dope nation what person na ka person ka what sign na eba one record label no so but nim ho no man la say na ne ho fa na ne ade na doctor advice so say na yetini ye say onya break no ho me kakra unze sometimes be say wo ye adwuma but wo body na nkasa ye mro de say wo pe baby tan na wo je wa ho me nti ya asem na no na wo ka so person wo sign Adelaide so they say they don't mean signing she's not in the right body so be signing nti anka one train kakra oh number we twins won go kwa pai wo say ye train kakra saying ya wo ha ya ho just asem kwa won kan wie ye no akọ eye ni Instagram page a wo hand one we create am now oh so many followers ho num kwa na interviews ni ade no nom ni na audit wo no akọ delete account na say sorry so mama yen fancy me into da. We say e crapping polo na say o dropping new single chema title na wa boka. Ai. Na you know promoting audience be abetu chema nyom ya odi abetu da say Cardi B no so we crapping wa bo ho modern. Nyom ni de me fili ankasa. Enche kra me feature wo. Ai. E crapping polo nesi. O chema Cardi B say o person on ni ye nyom. Sa asem ni say yam po sanyampa. Wo de mama yen fe kukunche. But one say ye crapping polo ni ye Cardi B de wo relationship. Eye polo sa video you be drop. Wo abon say eye Cardi B atari bi o share one of her music videos. Enu bia na eja e crapping polo de come ani interest na ja o pam bi man. Atari de wan kasa wo be hu comparison but atari de na ye fe. And the crapping polo chema yo uncle be chinwonia. Cardi B yin bottom sky $30,000 and other man e was am konya no court case. Ai na what you don't say something na bi wo man kasa bebre kwa. Nyina ama boni ma hye ne nam de abesom. Da se ne e be san so ehien ti abante ba no abedwafo mu som na mo nto asomai.
Thanks, Amabruni, for the segment in Komoho. For more of these stories, visit our website www.ghanaweb.com. Person choose topic. Nene, today dear, shame me. Today dear, shame me. Don't talk about breast. Oh dear, let's talk.
I will talk about breast, even though this week was, even though this week no breast day happened, and go and check your breast, then get your breast pressed for, check for breast cancer and all that. But that's not what I want to talk about.
Okay.
I want to talk about Misbah, and as somebody who grew up on early 2000 music, my favorite artists are almost always those who grew up in that era and those who blew up in that era. Misbah, to me, is the greatest female rapper in Ghana of all time. I don't think there's any female artist who have been able to rise to the level of Misbah in terms of the hits she put out. So it wasn't surprising to watch the video of the Ghana Music Awards UK and see Ghanaians jamming to Misbah like her songs came out yesterday, because her songs have depth, they have character, and whenever you hear any of her songs play, you feel something. And even though I feel like on stage I didn't feel the energy she usually gives us, Misbah was very energetic on stage. You can tell that she's energetic everywhere, but that's beside the point. So I expected to see more energy, but then she's older now, she's in her 40s, and I remember I spoke to her last year for my book, and she said most of the things she did earlier on were not things that she planned actually for publicity, or just who she is. And so now as she grew up, she's becoming a different person, she's becoming a mother. So the things that she used to do, she's not in a position to do them anymore, yet she was able to keep the attention of the crowd. There was a time she gave the mic to somebody to sing along with her. So I really enjoyed the fact that Misbah was given the props she deserves. I remember the first time Misbah, I hadn't spoken to this guy before, but I knew him, right? I was talking to Misbah, and then Kanye West came up, and then he was like, yo, he thinks that Nanaya is a bigger Kanye fan than me. And then that was the first argument I've had ever in my life with Misbah. But I don't think anybody...
How are you and Misbah competition? Me, I will come inside.
Because she said, you're a bigger Kanye fan than me. And I said, nah, Misbah, I agree with you on everything, but not this one. And she has a very good ear for music. I've worked with Misbah in the studio a few times. We've recorded one song for myself before, and I've written one song for her. And when you are writing with her, she's very conscious about how people are going to hear what you are saying and how they're going to react to what you are saying, right? And so I'm not surprised that any of the songs she played, the people reacted to it the way they reacted to it, because she knows how people are going to react to the song before they come out. So Misbah, the greatest female rapper of all time, big up herself.
Big up to you, Misbah. Nana, I meet you, the organizer of Misbah Attend concert.
Former Misbah manager.
Yeah, of course.
Former
Misbah manager. Hey, you.
What
I'm about it. But I think there's a bigger problem society is facing, and we have to talk about it. I think that all men and women who are not lesbians, who are not gay, I think we are cowards. Yes. Men and women who are not gays, who are not lesbians in the world, we are cowards. It's ready. You see, the LGBTQ community are pushing an agenda, and the agenda is done so well that they don't even care who gets hurt. And they are positioning themselves in a way that if you come against them, then you are a hater. You are against human rights. But forgetting that how they are coming into the world affects a lot of people than them. What am I saying? I'm saying that you saw the CNN report that the new Superman is bisexual.
Yeah.
If that report is true, we are all cowards as people who are not lesbians, who are not gays, who are not transgender. Because you see, in as much as some heroes are not to be touched, there's a certain agenda by the LGBTQ community to position themselves as the only source of correct, give me a word, like this sexuality in, like, that's the correct one. And therefore anybody that comes against them, yours is wrong. If we don't speak up, a time is coming where a young boy, a young girl will not feel comfortable to say, I am not gay, I'm not a lesbian. Because the norm will be that you have to be gay to belong, or you have to be a lesbian to belong. I'm not for some judges, whatever bill, all those kind of things that they're trying to do. I'm just saying that the more the anti-gay community comes out to speak on certain things, the more clearer it becomes. I don't know if you've seen that Dave Chapman or whatever his name. Dave Chappelle. Chappelle's show, where people are calling that the show should be cancelled on Netflix. Find out the people who are calling out the show to be cancelled: transgender people, and mostly the LGBTQ community. Why? Because he made certain comments that to them he shouldn't say. And if people don't come out to say those things, one day you go into a crowd and then you say, I'm not gay, and they all look at you like, are you serious? It will become a norm. To become bisexual will become a norm. Say, "Uko baby, now you can say, hey, yeah, why now you're bisexual?" And I say, "Okay, say, we don't need you." The child say, "Ah, now you're correct." And that is the fear for the generations to come. So if we that are not gays and lesbians cannot speak against these things that they are doing, it's an intention. It's like they are on an agenda. Yeah. Now, I think somewhere last year, I discovered that they are using these cartoons to induct the little ones. So I stopped my family from watching cartoons. So I came to tell some of my friends who had kids that, yo, these days there are cartoons that you don't have to let your kids watch. So be careful on the YouTube kids and how you show it to your kids. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, I showed a couple of them. And now it's coming out in the open. You get what I'm trying to say? So we have to be very careful. So I agree with KOD on the comment he made that you cannot force. You see, if it is right, why are you forcing people? If I chase a woman, why should I come and stand in public and say I chase a woman? Why should you chasing a man?
But does it look like someone is forcing the other?
They are forcing. It's like, listen, these days this is what happens. When they make a comment and Nene doesn't agree with their comment, Nene is they have an info. Is it a TERF or something? They have a name. You are anti-LGBT. You are infringing on people's human rights. They have all sorts of things that they say about.
I don't like that you used me as for example.
Okay.
I just want to distance myself from your comments.
Okay. If Nene is gay,
I want you not to use me in no example at all.
Okay.
Yes.
Say it here. If one of us is gay, say the person sits in the middle. Right?
Please don't use me in your example.
There's a lot of people sitting here.
I've not commented on your points.
There's a lot of people sitting here.
Use somebody else. Use the camera.
So,
use the cameraman. Nobody knows him.
I think that I will say you're out. You're putting certain things in place. What am I saying? Listen, you can decide to be who you want to be. Some people don't. Some people choose. Some people to, by nature of birth, they have certain feminine hormones, blah blah blah. So you can decide to be who you want to be, but don't force it on people.
Okay.
What am I saying?
Matthias.
Using a certain powerhouse like Superman, where you know that majority of kids, one of their favorite superheroes is Superman. turning that super hero into a bisexual means what? In the next generations to come,
I want to make it normal.
Yes.
I'm curious. So Superman can fly.
Yes.
Is the fact that he's bisexual that is misleading kids?
No,
Not the fact that he can
you
fly.
are missing the point.
I'm coming. So Superman
this
is a fictional character who can fly, right?
Yeah.
And you think that the thing about him that will mess up kids is the fact that he's bisexual, and not the fact that
things, you see,
he's a fictional character.
Do you have a child?
I don't have a child yet.
Okay, so then let's move the conversation.
No,
because if you do,
it's
listen,
not
there are some
that
things
because
about kids. Listen, there are some things about kids that you cannot touch. No, but then no movie should be produced because movies are mostly based on fiction.
So
listen,
it's a fictional character.
Listen, these days you cannot watch a movie, whether series or feature film, and you will not find a certain intention of placing a certain homosexual conversation in it.
Yeah,
it's an intention.
It's true.
It's an agenda that the LGBTQ community are pushing, and sometimes when people like you now begin to question your sexuality, whether you're straight, gay, he,
you see that? Okay, so now let me say something.
Because of how you are trivializing the conversation of if Superman can fly. We all know that Superman is a fictional character. Yes, but they are heroes that kids look up to. When you watch a Chinese film, like over time, it doesn't mean you can beat somebody. But you want to enjoy the Chinese film.
Yeah.
The moment the Chinese movie is tempered with to make it look like an American movie, you begin to lose interest in the Chinese movie. That's what we're saying. We're saying that this is a superhero that kids adore. For an adult, for a child between the ages of, let's say, 4 to 8, they barely understand what they watch on their screens. That's not as if you have a child, because you see, if you teach your child to watch cartoons, let
me just come in. You said
you will do this under 1 minute.
Okay.
Yes.
I just said that Superman is a fictional character who can fly, and the thing that bothers you about a character who everything about him is not humanly possible is the fact that he is bisexual, right? And then you said that comment in making you question my sexuality. So now, when gay people are fighting for human rights, these are the type of things they are talking about. The fact that somebody cannot even make a point to say, okay, let's look at this, then you are looking at me some way because I said let's look at this.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you understand?
I'm not looking at you some way. I'm not. You see, that the funny thing is, I am not looking at you some way because if I was looking at you some way, I wouldn't comment on it. I've been in a conversation. I've worked
of course, I assume that maybe
I've worked on bigger projects where there are LGBTQ people in a conversation. I don't mind. But I say that is what they chose to do with their body.
Okay.
I'm saying that once you begin to trivialize the conversation of people on an agenda to establish a certain norm, that if you don't come with us, then you are not.
I didn't trivialize the conversation. All I said was,
well,
this is a character who does things which are not humanly possible.
Okay, let's
which is normal for a parent. Which is normal for a parent to explain.
That's what I wanted to say.
For a parent to explain to a child that you cannot fly. Sometimes it's even the beauty of it that you understand. But I don't know how you will feel when you come when your child comes back from school and says, "Daddy, I kissed David." Why? Because in the cartoon that is called Superman.
If I want to explain something like that to my child, I will use the same Superman to explain.
Okay, exactly.
I'll say that Superman can fly, you can't fly.
That's
why it means that you can't do everything that Superman can do.
That's why KOD is saying that they shouldn't
force it on anyone.
Yes.
Okay.
The same way we are not forcing you guys to change.
Alright, let's move on.
Alright, so I guess
God bless
we'll leave it
our
here.
homeland Ghana and make us beautiful.
We'll leave it here. Go for a quick break. When we return, we'll talk about Sarkodie's interview where he says mainstream media was not ready to play his song when he started. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. Welcome back. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. The name is Abrantipa. I'm doing this with Nane Aredu. He's with OnePlayAfrica.com. Nene is a columnist. The show is proudly sponsored by Cheesy Pizza. Cheesy Pizza has you all you want, from juices, smoothies, jollof, fried rice, spag, and meatballs. We have great deals for you all week round. Cheesy Pizza gives you the McCheesy combo every Monday and Thursday. With only 49 cedis, you get one small pizza, fries, and chicken, one cola drink at all branches. Tuesdays are Super Tuesdays at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Buy your Super Family Pizza at half price every Tuesday for 40 cedis at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Be part of the midweek bonanza every Wednesday. Buy and get one free at all Cheesy Pizza branches. And also remember to start your weekend with jollof and fried rice from Cheesy Pizza branches every Friday. Call 026 4133 397 to place your order. Cheesy Pizza, your way. Now, we move on to Sarkodie's statement, where he said that when he started, mainstream media was not, ready to play his music, and in fact, at the time, High Life was the music that was dominating. He had an interview with UK-based DJ Semtex, and it has actually generated conversation on both social media and traditional media.
I was speaking to a very dope UK rap legend this week, and we were tracing, because the UK rap is clear. Like now, it's like mainstream music now. It's the dominant sound in the UK right now, and it's getting bigger by the day, right? So we was talking, and I was tracing it back to why it changed all of a sudden, and we kind of realized it wasn't down to DJs or radio DJs. It wasn't down to one specific thing other than the internet and how it's evolved, like the concepts of streaming. And it's not one particular streaming platform. I just think the advent of streaming really benefited UK rap, because for years labels were like, oh, it's never going to sell, the fans only bootleg stuff. Yeah. But now it's like you can't escape the metrics. The metrics say what it is, So with that being said, is that the same for yourself and for African rap?
Yes. I can relate to that because I came through social media. Mainstream radio in Ghana wasn't ready to play any of my records because it didn't make sense. You were just rapping on some beats that they didn't term as commercial. And at that point, when I was coming, was the toughest time because it was dominated by High Life. High Life is like our authentic Ghanaian sound, right? So, and it's super commercial here in Ghana. When you do that, people are going to love it. And I was a rapper, so I was coming in hard doing hip-hop beats. But as you said, because I had an avenue to like get directly to the people so that the masses can choose what they want to listen to. Because you can't say people don't want this until you give it to them. And as you said, because it was controlled, the people were used to listening to what was presented to them. And then the internet came in, and the people like myself and all these new artists started putting out music, and people had alternative, and you got to realize that even old people can listen to rap. So yes, that's the same thing that I did when I was coming. So I can see that Afrobeat and everything that was dominating now because of the internet, you can't really control it. People have choices. They will go and see the Wizkid sold out show.
So that's Sarkodie's interview with DJ Semtex. Let me begin with Nene B. Nene, what Sarkodie said, factual, or he's distorting history, like people are saying?
Sarkodie's interview was an almost 40-minute interview.
Yeah.
Where he talks about his coming up, and it talks about how he came up in the rap game in Ghana and to where he is now. And the interviewer asked him what his take on how the social media has revolutionized hip-hop in the world was, right?
Yeah.
And Sarkodie gave the interviewer his take on that. I don't think Sarkodie is an eloquent speaker. He doesn't express himself well when he's talking like he does when he's rapping. And I understood what he was saying, right? But also understood the distortion.
Okay.
What Sarkodie was saying was that, you see, let me talk about my book again. My book is called, what's the name? Everything That Happened and the People That Made It. It's a biography. And when you're writing a biography, you don't just write about the person you have to write about. You also write about their time or the time they are living in. So in the chapter, there's a chapter in my book about Sarkodie. In that chapter, I talked about how the revolution or the evolution of rap music in Ghana. And the sound Sarkodie brought in, even though his rap was different from the sound of rap we had before he came in the scene. So after Reggie Rockstone from the early 90s. Ghanaians after some time came to accept hip life when you are singing and rapping on the beats, on the local Ghanaian beats. That was the type of rap that was accepted. And the Hammer came in 99 with Obrafour, and that type of rap also became accepted. And even with Hammer, I spoke to Hammer when I was writing that chapter. He said they still use African instruments to create their hip hop. So it was still a very Ghanaian. What changed after Hammer in 99 was in 2008 when Richie came on the scene with Asem and Gimme Blue.
Yeah.
That sound wasn't accepted on radio immediately. Asem's first hit, Gimme Blue, wasn't played on radio. And radio gave the excuse that it was profane. But after it was big, true, at that time what we were using was Bluetooth.
If you say it wasn't played on radio, are you saying at all? Because for me, I heard it on radio.
It wasn't played on.
Maybe
the word Sarkodie used was mainstream.
Okay.
And so let me define mainstream. You see, in Ghana, mainstream radio is maybe the 4 or 5 big radio stations in Ghana. Peace FM, City FM, Joy FM, Adom FM. Those are the 4 big stations in Ghana. And they have peak times, morning show, drive time. If it's played on the morning show or drive time, then you know it's a big song. Every other time, not everybody listens to radio at the time. So it wasn't played on radio and at a time as big as a big song will be played until maybe a year later when Figaro came out. And the hit Figaro had big radio play. Because radio had accepted that Ghanaians were listening to Asem, so there was nothing they could have done about it. When Sarkodie came, Sarkodie put out a few songs. I think he put out Push and all the rest. And none of them blew up on radio until Baby, which was kind of a hip life song.
Push didn't blow on radio?
After Baby. Push blew after Baby. I think Push blew after Baby. So I think what Sarkodie was trying to say is the fact that his sound, if you look at even all Sarkodie's biggest hits in Ghana, most of his big hits are songs which have sound which is similar to what is the mainstream sound in Ghana. Even at the time Sarkodie put out You Go Kill Me, he had some other I don't think there was any song like You Go Kill Me on his album he put out, his second album, Rapaholic.
No.
There was no song like, but none of those songs were big on radio the way You Go Kill Me was. Because You Go Kill Me was the sound of the time. And so I think Sarkodie, even later on in the interview, alluded to the fact that he has to go back and do the Afro beats, the commercial sound, and come back to his hip hop sound. I think what Sarkodie was trying to say is the fact that hip hop as it is, or the type of hip hop he likes to do, he said that he doesn't like the type of hip hop that uses a lot of horns and blah blah blah. He likes to use the hip hop kicks, right? And those type of sound, I think the only of Sarkodie's song that sticks to the hip hop kick that was big is the Hand to Mouth. I can't think of any other one that is hip hop kicks that blew up. So I think that he was trying to say that the internet has been more instrumental in pushing his sound than radio was. That's how I understood it anyway. Okay.
Then you mentioned that you said you see what he was trying to mean, and you also see the distortion.
The distortion is that everybody in Ghana believes that radio pushed Sarkodie, whether it's true or not. We believe that he was big on Adom FM, and then so because he came up on Adom FM, people in Ghana want to say that he was accepted by radio immediately. But Adom FM, he was on Adom FM on Saturdays, and we are all in the media. You know how media operates. Saturday is not peak time for radio. The only reason Dr. Duncan was able to do the type of show he did was because the station didn't really care about that time. That is not.
Oh, you are sure?
That is not a big market time.
Oh, but then you can take it and make it big, and of course, it was one of the.
It became a big show. It became a big show.
Yeah. So to say this, the station.
I don't think the station. If Dr. Duncan was doing that show on Monday morning, would station have allowed him?
But Monday morning, you are going to do a rap show.
That's because you see what you just said.
No.
Monday morning you can't do a rap show. Why?
If you are into radio programming or radio or TV, you should know the time that people would want to listen to.
So good. That is why Sarkodie is trying to say that his sound was you know, what was the name? How's the word that she used? Bro for NASA. His son was cemented to that Saturday evening only. He didn't cross to Monday morning.
That does not mean
because he used the word mainstream.
Yes,
he used the word mainstream. So I think that the mainstream was trying to talk about the times, the peak mainstream times.
So if your show is held in the evening, you don't think you think
it depends on what time it is and if your show is held on. And so another reason why when I say I understand the distortion, I think Sarkodie was on what's the name? Abeku Santana's show a lot and he was on other,
and that's prime time.
That's prime time. So that's why I say I understand the distortion. That Sarkodie had some mainstream look right from the beginning. So I understand. But then I think the person who I will credit for pushing or who was pushed strictly by the internet, the first artist in Ghana who was pushed strictly by the internet, I would say is Asem.
Okay. Then Nana.
Interesting conversation. Interesting analysis from okay. Let's see. Hip life. No, sound of music in Ghana has gone through
phases.
I did a special for a French magazine in 2009. We had a special with Apietus and all the guys who were then, you know, pushing the agenda of hip life. One of the articles I wrote was hip life as high life and high life as hip life. And in that article, I mentioned that Ghana music at a point was heavy on hip life. At the time, Reggie was leading the fight, trying to pave way for hip hop in Ghana. And he blended our high life to the rap and then called it a hip life with Panji Anok, them in support and pushing the agenda. A certain sound was in vogue at the time. And that sound was more of rap with singing choruses and a hook or a bridge. And that sound grew over time. And then that sound changed to become Jama on the time where JQ took over. And there was even a beef between Hammer and JQ artists. So Tiny and other artists were doing back and forth on records. And even I remember so well, there was this guy, Enum, who had a show on television at the time, who was an entertainment magazine show. And therefore he was trying to ask the rappers who was the best producer at the time between the JQ artists and the Hammer artists. And everybody was saying it was Hammer. Now, that sound, that hip life sound that Reggie brought, the more rap influence with singing choruses, was what Hammer and his team championed. The difference is that the JQ then went back to take our Pan logo and our Jama to drive more of rap. It was also rap with singing choruses, but it was more of Yesi Jama. So Ghanaians identified with that sound, and unfortunately, mistook that sound to become hip life, because there were a lot of hits that came from JQ. Unfortunately, too, I may be wrong, but at the time I was doing the magazine write-up, I said that Apietus and any other producer that played around the time told the line of the JQ, not Hammer. They were playing more of a Jama rhythm for the artist to rap on than. So if you look at Apietus' hits, most of his hits are more of Jama driven. So let's say Prior will be the real sound. All the one that they want from the Ghana, that 8 hours they want from Ghana Music Awards. I am a shorty, and that became the hip life sound. At that time, J-Soul, Hammer, and the rest were regulated to the back. All the hip hoppers were not getting attention. I remember on TV3, I watched Bolje and his team talk about New Africa and the sound of hip hop, and it was not accepted, even on mainstream. So all those who were doing heavy hip hop, right, at the time, J-Soul will tell you they were not heard. And that time, a lot of the young artists then, rappers then, were never heard. Unless you pass through a certain Hammer conversation where there's a blend of the local production, like how he was saying, with what was in vogue then to get your attention. So if you listen to Vuje is a strictly hip hop song. Yeah. It's not hip life. It's a strictly hip hop song. On the elements of hip hop, Vuje passes as a hip hop song. So that has been a problem in Ghana. The mistaken identity for hip life. Go and play Regis Ago and play Hammer and Mutia. It was the same. But go and play a song from JQ's Castro. For example, it became Jama. So there's a certain disconnection between sound. Come back to Sarkodie's thing. Every rapper at the time will say what Sark was saying now. If J So says at the time he was doing hip hop, mainstream media was not playing his records, would you say he's lying?
I think he's asking you a question.
If Checker, Gemini comes to tell you that at the time we were doing hip hop, because Sark says it, shout out to my party Gemini. I remember you and I, we used to rap because they've been doing it and nobody was minding them. Now, if you are Sarkodie, whose father in the industry is Duncan, who is a son or maybe a colleague in the media fraternity, you dare not say that mainstream media didn't play your records on the camera, because like Nene was saying, you had a manager called Duncan, who was then the most powerful voice in rap with Kasahari level. But people forget that before Kasahari level, Sarkodie was rapping.
Good.
Before going to Hammer or working with Hammer, Sark was rapping. This morning, in doing a little research, I discovered Sarkodie's Reverb and MySpace pages on the internet. Before Facebook became vogue, Sark was rapping. I don't think I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Before Twitter became Twitter, Sark had already started the conversation. And I know this for a fact because when I did the new guy activation and we were selecting 10 die-hard Sarkodie fans, he could tell us who and who to pick because he had started the conversation of building a fan base
around that
on
time,
Twitter.
when he did the Apollo show, he gave shout outs to all the Twitter accounts. Yeah.
That is way before Duncan. Listen, I work on a Sark project.
That was after Duncan though, but
like I'm saying, like way before Duncan, say like make us say like before he even got the media, the Kasahari chair to sit and rap, he was rapping. Don't forget that. There are songs or mixes that he did on the board show with Tilekwinipa. Sark said he had a whole album that never came out with Sugartone. In which year was that album? Do the mathematics. That never came out. And songs that he had released that never saw the day of like nobody played it. So if he says that because he had a manager who was in the media industry, people are not taking their time to do their mathematics well to find out why he said that. It's because here you can't say that because you see if Kofi Jamal comes to say that Nanaya media didn't help him, I might not say hey Kofi Jamal you're lying because of Nanaya I put you on here. I did this for you. I did that for you, right?
But Kofi Jamal was rapping before he met you.
But Kofi Jamal was big before he met me because he had a certain fan base in Bantama. He had won rap competitions in Bantama.
But how does that translate into you becoming a big, the media mainstream?
Everyone, I said Yakutu. You're free to go one. This is number one. What am I saying? The mechanism.
I never said number one. No, focus on number one.
No, let me kind of say before an artist, Nene is an artist too. If Nene comes out to say today, if Nene gets a break hit song and says that the internet drove his music, you say he's lying because he has a hit song. Forgetting that he has released a couple of songs where it was mainly his friends and fans on social media who were pushing it. A lot of artists today don't even talk about their Reverb accounts.
Yeah.
A lot of artists, and Reverb has been there for what?
Hire a Reverb.
Yes. It has been there from what? The word go.
But I wanted to say something about Sarkodie in particular. Why the internet, Sarkodie's chapter of the internet is not misplaced. After his first album, right? You know, every artist in the history of Ghana, right? When they win Artist of the Year, for some reason their careers are going down.
Yes.
Almost every artist.
And he faced that.
And
Sark faced that.
Sark faced that after the first. His first album won him Artist of the Year, and so I remember he faced that. And what Sarkodie did between 2010 to 2012, when he won the Artist of the Year, was he put out song almost every week.
Time.
That's when he started doing the hip hop beats. He'll take Jay-Z beats. That's when he did young girls.
Let me come to that. Yeah.
So for just 2 years, Sarkodie wasn't getting mainstream look, even though he was Sarkodie. Most of his songs that he was putting out was being championed by the internet, not really.
You know,
except
no,
maybe
that time. How,
guys,
how vibrant
guys,
was?
I was on the floor. We have to wrap up. I have to run. I was on the floor. I was making a point.
Yeah.
Now, people, I've seen the conversation from some colleagues in the industry that it's a disgrace to Obrafo and all this guys. He never said that.
good.
Don't forget, Obrafo is the only artist in Ghana. I say it with authority, who had gone through the different phases of Ghana music and never failed. When High Life was in vogue, it gave you Heavy. It was one of the biggest High Life songs. Obrafo has gone through the phases. Say, oh, they took High Life, or yeah, Heavy, only could be, only cry Heavy was big. So different. Like he went through it. Now let's take Sarkodie's career journey. Let's count Sarkodie's High Life songs, apart from the Mary album that he did in honor of his grandma.
Oh, he has a few.
You know what I'm trying to say? The thing is that there are people who champion a certain part that nobody was listening to them. If Asem had come out to say that on the come up, media didn't play his music, would people say Asem is lying? Because like he said, Give Me Blow, it was not a radio hit. It was not. Even Richie, Framer, at the time, these guys were not being playlisted on mainstream radio. I just told you about the different phases of music that we've gone through. At the time, listen, when Crank was picking up, a lot of people were going against Crank music.
And you see, the
mainstream
point is,
radio.
sometimes me as a media person, I don't have a problem with that. With radio not accepting new sound because
it takes
time for you to exchange the programming of people.
And I respect that. But I'm saying that when these rappers come out to say that, oh, on the come up, let me give you another example, right? Let me use you as an example.
Quick one.
And you do a show on Bloggers Forum and you get a big break, and then you say, and then now mainstream media carries your content. Mainstream media, like you said, let me use to say CNN, BBC, Joy News, TV3, pick your content and then begin to play it mainstream for people to get to see that this is the guy that breaks the biggest stories. And then you come up to say that on the come up, mainstream media never put your records out, never put your shows on their television. Are you lying? But there were people who say you are lying because they will start to mark you from the time you got
that
a break.
time we you had that song, thing with Rihanna, and then you got mainstream.
There's something to say.
So from Sarkodie's statement, I mean, to make it simple, where did he get it right and where did he go wrong?
Sark never went wrong.
He never went wrong.
He never did. Let me tell you why he never did.
Why?
As a rapper, as a musician, as an artist, as somebody or lover of the art, he has been painting his pictures every time. Nobody was minding him. It's normal. There are new artists. Last week you hosted one of my new artists, Brother Yauda. The interview is out. Nobody gives a F about them. Does it mean that interview doesn't count? It counts. They keep painting. Now, when they get their break and they say that on the come up, these guys that you see them playing listeners and talking about us, they never did. They're not lying. He's an artist. He's one of the best I've seen pen in terms of poetry, spoken word. I use him and Motombo and there's Akosia Hansen and the rest, right? Now, these guys, if they get their break today, and they say on the come up, all these guys are Nanaya 18 and these boys who are talking, they never put us on, they never gave us an interview, they never minded us. You say no, you're lying because maybe
you see me on Joy FM or
exactly,
TV3 or something. But
they've been putting in the work from the word go, bro.
Okay, let me also come in there. I think Sarkodie was wrong in this to the extent that Sarkodie was wrong is that he didn't explain eloquently what he was trying to say.
Yeah, but that's his story.
Yeah, so
listen to your story, you can't express it.
When I come here, relax. When I come here and I say on authority that, okay,
because you know what the two of you have been doing all this while, you have been trying to tell me what he's trying to say.
Yes, that's what I'm coming through.
You see,
I'm trying to say. That's what I said. That's what I'm getting you. I said that. That's why I said I get what he was trying to say. I specifically said that, but I don't think that he put it eloquently enough, so people can get the fact that he's doing a distortion.
Listen. This conversation.
It's communication. When you're communicating, people feel like
I don't think
Sarkodie is the biggest guy. I'm going to put it here. Sarkodie is the biggest Ghanaian artist of all time.
Listen,
I'll say that.
Yes, but
at a point in my career, right, I was if not the, was one of the best, youngest artist managers in this country.
Yeah.
But you know what happens in Ghana? I dare not say it. I dare not say that on the come up, I put a lot of. If I start to count the number of artists I have given their breaks to in this country, we better say that you get what I'm trying to say. I feel that people think because you are Ghanaian, you have to have. There's a difference between humility and meekness. Ghanaians, to me, most of us take meekness as humility. You get what I'm trying to say. And because Sark is saying that, on the come up, he can count the number of mixtapes, bro, that he has done. That never saw the day of light on any mainstream media. And like Nene said, listen, those who go to Kasahari levels now, the young boys who go to Kasahari levels now, right? Let's one of them gets their break, and they dare not say.
Weeks ago, I was on Kasahari level with Duncan too. I didn't even know I was going to be on air. I just want to talk to him, and then he just opened the mic and asked me to talk. There are some guys who have been coming to the station week in, week out. So those guys have called followers to call into the show
to mention that
this week this guy is not here. So he was here 2 weeks ago. You should see somebody else's opportunity. You know, there are some people who are putting in work today. One of them may end up blowing up. Then you'll be like, he was on Dr. Duncan's show. He dare not say he didn't have mainstream support. And Sarkodie was very specific with the word mainstream. And I know. I think, and that's why I say I think what I understand what I'm trying to say.
Last example, my artist being don't do.
They'll be maintaining kind.
Exactly, but he's been putting in the work. I've followed him to different shows or small platforms like upcoming platform. Mainstream, you guys are not effing with the guy. Thank you. So no, wait. And the line said So at the time, Sark was pushing MySpace, was pushing Reverb, was pushing all his songs. At the time when he was trying to get your attention, that at the time the sound in vogue was not what they were playing. It was very hard. Do you know that Tiny? Relax. I Believe I Can Fly.
Yeah.
Play the song, right? Play Tiny's hit songs. Play hit songs, right? They are so different from all the JQ songs. And it took time for Hammer to get, when Hammer gets his break, it was so big because the sound in vogue at the time was not what they were doing. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that Sark and all the boys I've mentioned, Asem, Gemini, Shaker, Q, Motia, Dogo, Kwata. I managed Kwata for 2 years. We did a baby track. We had to get Guilty to sing before we go a break again. Can you believe it? We got him to sing, I Need You Baby. He had to sing before we go a break. And then I remember that time the label was saying that, make him not sing. He said, no, if I'm not singing, the people don't go mind me. Because you know at the time, everybody was singing. So if Guilty come to tell you that, Charlie, when he's coming back, Charlie, the industry no mind him, you say he's lying? Come on, bro.
But of course,
you guys want them to dilute their content.
You guys
and they never.
So I respect artists like Sarkodie, right?
Don't you?
In the interview, when they asked him about Afrobeat and going to the end of the interview, he said, he respects Wizkid, he respects Davido, Burna Boy, and the commercial sound they are doing, and he enjoys it. Once in a while he does that, but when it comes to he himself. No pressure. He likes to do hip hop.
No, let me turn the record.
He likes to do hip hop.
In case you don't know, you go kill me. Sark never liked that record. Till now, he never liked it.
But you see,
he has not done any song like it before.
You see, the point is that
Kanye has a record that he never liked.
I'm saying,
Gold Digger. He never liked the record.
What I'm saying is,
because you know why? It's not him.
Good. So it's not because you like the thing, that's why you're doing it.
Sometimes
but he
doesn't dilute his content, and he kept to his thing. He came to dilute, like EO. Let me use EO for example, right? One of the best hip hop artists that we have in recent time.
True.
When EO does hip hop,
that's undisputed.
Yes, when EO does hip hop in Ghana, look at the weight. When he does Afrobeat, see the difference. Mina Bopo and all the songs that they are not. So even in his one of his bar, I think it was bar 2 about, he said I had to sell out, right? I had to sell out to get it and come back. So it tells you that rappers know that if they don't dilute their sound, you guys mainstream, you will not playlist them. Okay, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yes, someone like Sarkodie still sticks to not diluting his sound.
Yeah,
that should be respected.
But it's still a fact that,
and by the way, he's right. Push was big after Baby. Don't get
That's
it
what
wrong.
I was trying to say.
Push
That's what I was trying to
and
say.
young.
Even Burger
became big after
You
Baby.
got it
That's
wrong.
what I'm telling you.
I never said that.
That
I never said that. Before we go, let me put it on record. I never said that Push was bigger than Baby or Push became bigger before Baby. What I said was, or what I tried to communicate.
Push was big on radio.
No, Push was big
On radio after Baby. Do your record.
You see,
listen, the new guy conversation
at the end of the day,
when we sent Ace with the Sarkodie freestyle, when he used
Young,
Ace, yes, when we sent Ace that freestyle, right, and we worked on it. When he met Ace, he played the thing. At the time, I think he had performed at somewhere in the theater or something. The crowd was
at the Dome.
Do the mathematics. Look at where Ace released that song, and when he did the cover of that song, and check where it believed from. It never believed from radio, bruh. It didn't.
Those days, me and my friends. That's why I'm kind of very passionate about someone like Sarkodie. Is I remember when me and my friends were living together, where 6 boys living in one room. When Sarkodie drops the song today, tomorrow morning, everybody on our campus heard the song because we would download it and play it for everybody to hear. And that's how we were promoting Sarkodie because we loved him.
Kwade, Lord Kenya, and all these great, amazing legends who have done great music, right? They were part of the sound of the time.
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted.
Oh, but that one.
Listen, Kwade, for instance, Kwade was part of the sound of the time. So radio was playlisting Kwade. You come Mape and things were beautiful records.
When you listen to
that time, you know, Ghana music. Ghana music took a curve. Listen, when we take a curve, those times. Now, I say, when Ghana music takes a curve that time, a lot of artists goes to that time. Yeah. And you know what happens? Radio also follows.
Yeah,
that.
because
so
that's what the artists are doing.
So and those people who don't dilute their content at the time, they don't get playlists. I'm telling you, J-So, Bolje, Gemini, Shaker, Q, all the rappers at the time were doing really good hip hop music. They never had mainstream support.
Let me correct something said about Kofo Kwade. I need to correct something about Kofo Kwade.
Do that.
Kofo Kwade wasn't part of the sound, but he had hits which were part of the sound, like Call Mape. Most of his songs, he had his own sound.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm saying that when somebody passed away, I'll give an example. When Lord Kenya and the late Kokoko, they passed away. All of, like I'm saying, that it became more of sing and rap combination, and then JQ brought Castro, and then became more singing, and then you end with a bit of rap, and then people begin to toe the line. So any artist that lead the pack at the time was what everybody would do. I remember there's the young guys from Kumasi, quite they break it. We had a lot of artists like that coming from Kumasi. K-Wo and things were coming. So if anybody doesn't understand the sound of Ghana time, you should go and look for that article I wrote in 2009. It's called Hip Life as High Life, High Life as Hip Life.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
My former boss Obwa would like to take credit for Kwade's success.
One of the most underrated, finest.
Obwa is one of the greatest artists in Ghana ever.
It's true.
It's Kabinabo.
Yes.
And he also led a path.
Yes.
What am I saying?
Obwa say he created the sound that Okwade is using.
With the advocate. Kind of.
Mesundaya is a typical example of what we're saying.
Yeah.
But you see, all these sounds were part of the Ghanaian sound at the time. And your hip life and high life. Left only within the school into your boy easy man mainstream radio. But the hardcore hip hop, why was Bola powerful on radio? Why was
Bola was playing some of these songs?
Yeah, because he was Hammer. He was he was only the personal or championing Hammer agenda. And I'm saying that if at that time now Okano, right? He was the only person championing. If Sarkodie says that mainstream was not playing him, also
Sarkodie still have a lot of respect for Bola.
Okay, Mate.
So let me give shout out to this guy on Universe. Let me give shout out to this guy on Universe. I'm forgetting his name. He does a
Dr. Carl.
Just amazing guy.
He also did well on Universe.
Abrantipa
also did well on Universe.
Yes, let me give shout out to
Abrantipa did very well on Universe.
That's what I wanted to say.
Because Abrantipa was putting people on who were not.
The mainstream thing that you've been saying, I know. I mean, those days, I was listening to Focus FM, Focus FM, KNUST. I mean, we are wrapping up. Focus FM, KNUST, and they were playing these songs. These were the times that we had.
KNUST is like Universe, right?
Wait, yes. But at the end of the day, it's mainstream.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, Koja Koto Boatin, at that time, he was called X-Ray DJ. Now it's CTFM. NY DJ was there. He was playing the Kwame Scientific. Now it's YFM.
No, but NY DJ is not... Was it NY DJ those days?
No, wait. I'm just saying.
Listen. Listen.
It was just an incubator. It's just an incubator. It was just an incubator for mainstream.
I'm saying, listen. I'm saying that I had a long journey in this business. I've worked on the likes of J So themselves before. I'm telling you, there was a lot of pain. Those are you hear a lot of good music. You see a lot of artists. It took Brad Kevin Beats what? Miracle, 600 beats, Miracle.
Yeah.
To get attention.
That song was huge.
Yeah, because you see, when they get, like I'm saying earlier on, saying if those hip hoppers get the attention, it's huge because it's different.
Shouts to Dr. Cow. Dr. Cow is doing amazing work.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Cow.
Yes, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. So
big-headed dude.
Everybody's entitled to tell their story however they want to tell it.
Yeah,
their story.
But it doesn't mean you should distort the facts.
What facts is it?
He didn't distort the facts.
I'm not saying anybody.
He massaged the facts to benefit him. He didn't distort it.
So because he was managed by Duncan.
No.
And because he's successful on Kasahari level. Before Oba Kasahari not on rapid.
Nana won't hear.
Even Amrado can say on what's gonna rap it. Amrado. Or what
rap.
Exactly.
My producer, you want more
rap.
And to say, mention my boy and county.
But the song we did together was dope.
No,
we pushed it. We pushed that song. It didn't work.
Let me put it on record. I did not quit rap because mainstream was not pushing. I needed to focus on other things.
Okay. I say why.
I needed to focus on other things.
I met in one of my those that hustling days, and somebody told you that so this boy he try rap. He watch me and say, "You are not hungry now," because mainstream not they mind me. So I stop.
Yeah.
Let me give
I think almost everybody in the industry is a field rapper.
Almost everybody in the industry is a field rapper. My rap no discuss which one. My rap no discuss nana. It's a rap.
I'm trying to say.
Nah, they got rap.
Wait, before we go, let me give shout out to these guys. Sarkodie, Ashes, Bullet of Faith Project.
Yeah.
Faith Project was one of the biggest, smallest organization pushing our talents like Tiny, Sam Trophy, Timaya, Gas Miller. DKB that like now patching was different. Like I'm saying, this real hip hoppers they were getting the attention, bro. That time Dick Kwachi was called the DKB of Ghana.
Yes,
and nobody was playing him. So if Kwachi comes to tell you that on the come up, mainstream never listened to me, he's not lying. He just didn't stop.
All right, so that's Nani already.
Don't forget that OD42 was popular. Some charted the path. I managed OD4 for 4 years.
Yeah.
We did the
OD4.
We did the
Were you his manager when he did Darling?
Yes.
Okay.
Now also after Darling, we did a lot of records.
Those days,
and when
this guy was sending like 50 emails
names to Marvelous, mainstream stopped.
Those days when I was with High Newspaper, Nanaya will send you 50 emails of 50 different artists in a day.
Okay, so
but I dare not say that I was the go-to youngest. Because at that time I was very young. Understand? If I say it, Ghanaians will say
those days.
But I did it.
Jamestar, Love FM, Andy Dusty, Andy Otech FM, Andy moved to Angel FM. Around that time, then he moved to Hello FM. On also no mainstream, no boy, no pa. Yes. So you had Nania already. Nania is at oneplayafrica.com. Nenebi is a columnist. Now he's also a poet. We are not done yet. When I return, I'll give you updates on the Ghana Web Excellence Award. Stick and stay. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite mobile money?
Tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on Ghana Web TV.
Welcome back. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV, the final lap now. The show is sponsored by Cheesy Pizza. Cheesy Pizza has all you want from juicy smoothies, jollof, fried rice, spag, and meatballs. We have great deals for you all week round. Tuesdays are Super Family Tuesdays at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Buy your Super Family Pizza at half price every Tuesday for 40 cedis at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Be part of the midweek bonanza every Wednesday. Buy and get one free at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Also remember to start your weekend with special jollof and fried rice from Cheesy Pizza branches every Friday. Call 026 4133 397 to place your order. Cheesy Pizza, your way. And before we wrap up, let me give you an update on the Ghana Web Excellence Awards. I'm sure you know about the Ghana Web Excellence Awards because you helped us in filing the nominations. Now, after the nominations were open on July 5 to August 31, a 9-member board has sat and scrutinized it, giving us a short list of the nominees. So we have 5 persons under each category. We have 17 categories in all. But in case you didn't know about the Ghana Web Excellence Awards, it seeks to offer Ghana Web audience and the general public the opportunity to recognize outstanding Ghanaians who have helped in the development of the country. This is the first ever audience-powered award scheme organized by an online media platform in Ghana to celebrate role models and future leaders who would inspire Ghanaian communities and make the country a better place to live. Now, here is how to vote. There are 2 ways you can vote. The first one is to visit our website, www.ghanaweb.com. Now, we have the links that will direct you to a website that you can cast your vote there. So we've placed the links randomly in our text or in our stories. So you chance on them and then you click on them. It takes you to the website and then you are able to vote for your nominee. Alternatively, just punch in this address bit.ly/GhanaWeb-vote, and then you have the website and you can vote. bit.ly/GhanaWeb-vote, or you can vote via text. Dial *713*81#. Then you enter the nominee code, and then you select the votes bundle, you make payment and vote. This you can do across all network. Now, beneath our stories too, you'll find the list of your nominees and their respective nominee code, so that if you are voting via text, you can have their nominee code, and then you punch in as soon as you dial the *713*81#. So these are the 2 ways by which you can vote for your favorite nominee. Remember, the voting is on. The main event will be held in December. So we announce the day, the very day, and then the venue. And so keep reading Ghana Web, keep watching all our programs, Bloggers Forum, People and Places, The Untold, Moons and Cuddles, Eyes on the Ground, all of them, BizTech, and then you get updates on the Ghana Web Excellence Awards. So one to say, and go for tunas or more favorite winner. Then the question comes in, did you vote? So yes, vote. Let's make this program a success. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Bloggers Forum. But remember, the Ghana Web Road Safety Campaign is still ongoing. Let's help reduce the rate of accidents on our road. If you see anything that poses as a threat to lives and properties, alert us. We are live on social media. We are very interactive on all social media platforms. Is at the Ghana Web, at the Ghana Web. Alternatively, send us a mail, newswires@ghanaweb.com. You can film and send us the videos, or just prompt us. We will actually act upon it and bring authorities updates so that they will help rectify the situation. Thank you for watching this episode of Bloggers Forum. I've been on the show with Nania Radio is with OnePlayAfrica.com. Nenebi is a columnist and a poet. We see you some other time with yet another riveting discussion. I am Benefo Buaben Abrantipa.